What was it really like to live on a German U-boat during World War II? Let's step inside. The first thing that hits you is the smell. Not diesel or oil, but a thick living mix of unwashed bodies, old food, and machine grease that sticks in your throat. Step through the narrow hatch, hear the clang of steel behind you, and your world shrinks to a metal tube barely wider than your outstretched arms. You're packed in with over 40 other men, sharing everything in this floating corridor. Move forward and you're in the bow torpedo room. It's both a weapon bay and a bedroom. 4 sleek torpedoes lie in their tubes, 2 more are strapped to the floor. Tucked between them are bunks, thin mattresses hanging from chains. The man in the lowest bunk can reach out and touch a torpedo's warhead. Not exactly comforting. There aren't enough beds, so you hot bunk. When your watch ends, you crawl into the still warm bed of the man you're relieving. A single picture from home might be the only thing that makes it feel like yours. Privacy is a word that has no meaning here. The heart of the boat is the control room, a cramped maze of gauges, wheels, and levers. Tall men carry permanent bruises on their scalps from the low ceiling. This is where orders are barked. Alarm, dive, close all hatches. In seconds, the boat transforms. Men rush past each other in a rehearsed dance, the deck tilts, and seawater floods the ballast tanks. It looks like chaos, but is pure muscle memory. Behind the control room, the air gets hotter and thicker. You pass the tiny radio shack, then the galley, the smallest kitchen you've ever seen. 1 cook, 1 stove, and a corridor so narrow you have to press yourself against hot metal to get by. At the start of a patrol, food is everywhere. Sausages hanging from pipes, bread stuffed into corners. As the weeks pass, it rots and grows weevils. You eat it anyway. Further back are the engine rooms. When the diesels are running on the surface, the noise is a constant, bone-deep roar. Men shout into each other's ears and still miss half the words. Sweat and oil are a second skin. Life runs on a rhythm of 4 hours on watch, 4 hours off. Time blurs. On the bridge, you're lashed by icy Atlantic spray, scanning the blackness for an enemy ship. Inside, you're listening for the faint thump of propellers on the hydrophones. Or staring through the periscope, your heart pounding at every smudge on the horizon. Hygiene is a distant memory. There's one tiny toilet, often filled with food supplies at the start of a patrol. Fresh water is strictly rationed for drinking. Washing is a luxury. After a week, everyone smells the same. After 3, you don't even notice. Then comes the fear. When the boat runs silent, deep beneath the waves, you can feel it in the stale air. During an attack, the captain whispers orders. Loss! And a shudder runs down the hull as a torpedo is fired. Then you wait, counting the seconds. Maybe you'll hear a distant boom. Or maybe you'll hear nothing, and hell will arrive in the form of depth charges. The first ones land far away, a distant thump. Then closer, faster, until the world is pure noise and concussion. Lights flicker, bolts shear. Men grip whatever they can, waiting for the one sound that means it's all over. Between these moments of terror, life shrinks to small rituals. Card games, a worn-out record, stories about home told in the dark. Everyone on board knew the casualty rates for U-boat crews were among the highest of the war. They joked about it, but in the quiet hours, lying in a narrow bunk, they all faced the same thought. If something goes wrong out here, nobody will ever find them. And yet, when the alarm bell rang, they got up and went to their stations. Courage in a U-boat wasn't about grand speeches. It was about doing the same terrifying job over and over in a steel tube that smelled of fear, oil, and a home they might never see again. Thanks for watching. If you found this glimpse into history interesting, please like this video and subscribe for more stories like this.